I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another night of iRacing action here on the National Racing Network. My name is Chris Graham. It is a pleasure to have you hanging out with us here this evening, getting ready to kick off the first end of a doubleheader, which will feature the ESRA INDYCAR Series taking on Phoenix Raceway, followed up by the Indy Pro 2000 Official Series, coming to you live from Indianapolis Raceway Park, Brownsburg, Indiana. Well, I guess it's Lucas Oil Raceway, Indianapolis at the park or something now. Anyway, it's IRP. We're going to call it IRP forever. Let's head on out to Phoenix. Get you ready for tonight's racing action. Cars are on the speedway right now, just finishing up their practice sessions. Let's pick up TJ McMurray here. Well, there we go. Practice has just finished. So we're going to get off to qualifying here. We'll tell you a little bit about the race first and foremost. Phoenix Raceway, first opening in 1964, reconfigured several times over its long and storied history, 1 mile in length, 8 to 11 degrees of variable banking in the turns 1 and 2 end of the racetrack, also through the dogleg. Turns 3 is basically pretty consistently flat, right about 8 degrees. This is round number 4 of the ESRA INDYCAR Series Championship. We're going to go 130 laps tonight. Cautions are controlled by iRacing. Restarts are single file. Drivers will get 1 attempt at a green-white checkered overtime finish. Let's get the timing tower up on the side of the screen here for you so you can see where your favorite is going to time in. And we'll show you their best lap times as well here. Jim Brooks in at a 19.27 seconds, will be the quickest of the lot to this point. We are following along with TJ McMurray. How about this one? We'll have a little bit of fun here with the cameras tonight. Show you this one on the side-by-side. You are on board with TJ as he makes his way down the back straightaway and into turns 3 and 4. McMurray going to be 6th quick at a 19.43. 19.43, the lap time of record for TJ McMurray. He's going to come to a stop. And we'll take a look, see who else we want to pick up here. See who's still out on the racetrack. Let's see. Jason Hand, Ty Richter, both finishing up their qualification runs. Still have a couple of cars, quite frankly, pretty quick race cars that we have not seen on the racetrack yet. We'll pick up one of the guys we saw just last night in the Sim Racers Club, Mr. Richard Fletcher. We'll go on board with him for the side-by-side as well. Got a pretty neat what we can do here. Let's go side by side. We'll pick up Matt Wagner as well. Fletcher's first lap going to be on at a 1997. Lap number 1 for Matt Wagner will be finishing up here in just a moment as well. Lap number 1 for Wagner will be 9th quick at a 1947. I want to thank everybody who's tuned in here on YouTube and on Twitch. Appreciate you hanging out with us here a little bit this evening. Go on board with Matt Wagner as he comes around to complete his second lap. And still waiting on Eric Schaus, Benjamin Combs, Craig Forsyth, Joseph Morales, and Jeff Destino to come out onto the racetrack. There, now we're going to get a look at Craig Forsyth. So let's hop on board with Craig here. Make sure you give us a shout. Let us know where you're watching from. I'm going to try to talk to you as much as we possibly can here this evening. Ooh, a little bit of a pushy moment off of turn number 2. First lap for Forsyth, going to be a 1940. Good enough for 8th quick on the board. Lap number 2 moves him up into the 5th position, 19.32 seconds. Still have Eric Schaus, Benjamin Combs, Joseph Morales, and Jeff Destino to get through qualifications. And that is it. Looks like we are good to go. Qualifying is done. It is about time to go racing here. How about it? Let's bring in our pole award winner here tonight, Mr. Alec Coates. And man, I'll tell you what, Alec, congratulations. Pretty sporty little lap there.
Yeah, not totally expected with some of these guys, but I'm happy to roll off first. I don't know if I've ever done it before, so let's hope I don't botch this.
What's the thought process here? In terms of strategy, do you let the race play out? Do you have something kind of in your head already, or are there just too many variables with cautions and those sorts of things?
Yeah, I think there's too many variables, and honestly, I've never been one to just think too much into it. I kind of just let it play out, and it probably is my downfall a lot of the time. I get burned on strategy a lot with the fast cars, so we're just going to play along, see how it goes, maybe lead some laps, and kind of go from there. See how the cautions play out and how the car's handling on long runs.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we're talking to you again here in Victory Lane.
Absolutely. Enjoy the call, bud.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate that. And let's get you tonight's, actually, real quick, let's tell you about the point standings as we head in to tonight's race. Connor Baldwin is leading the series points, but he is not entered in tonight's race. So probably pretty likely we're going to have a new points leader unless we really get some craziness going on. Eric Schaus sitting 14 points back. Craig Forsyth 19 back. Matt Wagner and Ty Richter will round out your top 5. And now it is time for us to give you the starting lineup for tonight's race. Alec Coates, and newcomer to the series, Jesse Whittington, going to line up on row number 1. How about 0.06 of a second separating those two for the pole position? Jim Brooks and Matt Wagner will line up tonight on row number 2. Craig Forsyth and Vic Aldrich on row 3. James Watson and TJ McMurray on row number 4. Jason Hand and Brandon Ishkanian on, damn it, Brandon, I'll get your name right, I promise. Brandon Ishkanen on row number 5. Ty Richter and Richard Fletcher on row number 6. Joseph Morales and Jeff Castino on row 7. Benjamin Combs and Eric Schaus on row number 8. That will be it. 16 cars will make up the starting grid, field under the control of pole sitter Alec Coates. And as always, race fans, the start of the ESRA INDYCAR Series is going to be all yours. The pace of Indy cars around Phoenix is absolutely mind-boggling. We work lap number 2 of 130. Jim Brooks, Jesse Whittington get a battle for second as Alec Coates gets out to a pretty decent lead here. This really is going to be a battle for second, third, fourth, and fifth. Matt Wagner going to be up there in the party as well. Oh, we've got one car hard into the wall. Big accident here. Jesse Whittington having huge contact with the outside wall. That car is absolute junk. The rear wing torn off, front wing jacked up, the left front corner of that car pretty much torn off as well. Wow, tough break for Jesse Whittington starting on the outside of the front row here tonight. Let's take a look. Matt Wagner having a look underneath into turn number 3. Oh, there may have been some contact. Possible punterino. Not punterino, but definitely contact. Oh yeah, there definitely was contact there. Huge hit into the outside wall for Whittington, and unfortunately looks like that will mean his night is over. So we're going to get caution number 1 on lap 3. Now the field basically coming to a stop. They're waiting out the pace car, which hopefully we get to see here, quite frankly, momentarily, because there it is. There was no way that these guys were going to get completely woed up in time. And it would have taken a lap and a half, almost 2 laps, to catch up to where the pace car was. So Alec Coates brings the field to a stop off of turn number 2. Seeing our buddy Christian Jasper checking in here. Please no punterino. Yeah. That's saying the least of it. Cullen Johnston, one of the series admins, is, well, not admitting tonight because he's on the road for work. Checking in the comments here saying that was a hard hit. Yeah, that was, oh, you guys are fantastic. Oh, hey, the emojis are colored now. That's cool. New features coming all over the place here. Pace car is in. We're getting ready to go back racing here. Coates will bring the field up to speed, and We are already back to green flag racing here at lap number 6. Jim Brooks going on the attack. Go on board here with the battle for the race lead. Brooks making the move to the outside into turn number 3. It's the long way to get around this place, but it will be enough to pick up the race lead. New race leader Jim Brooks here at lap number 9, and they have absolutely checked out from Matt Wagner. Best battle on the racetrack right now is going to be, well, I was going to say it was TJ McMurray, but that battle has also kind of fallen off a little bit here as well. This is the closest fight right now. It's going to be James Watson and TJ McMurray separated by about a quarter of a second. These guys are 1.3 seconds behind Vic Aldridge for the 5th position. I have to agree with this one in the comments here from Cullen. The speeds here are insane. Oh, one into the outside wall. It's race leader Jim Brooks. Craig Forsyth going to be involved as well. Big mistake from Jim Brooks. The car is destroyed. Oh my goodness, drama early on in this race here at Phoenix Raceway. And this time it's going to involve race leader Jim Brooks. Take a look and see what happened here. Making his way off into turn number 1. Just touched the tiniest bit of apron. Car bounces off the outside wall and nowhere for Craig Forsyth to go. Absolutely spearing Jim Brooks. Let's go on board here with Craig Forsyth. Oh my goodness, absolutely nothing that Craig Forsyth could do there. Car bounces off the inside safer barrier, and well, it looks like that's going to be the end of the night for both Jim Brooks and Craig Forsyth. Couple of cars electing to come down pit road this time, including James Watson, Brandon Ishkanyan, and Jason Hand. Also, yeah, Jim Brooks taking the quick repair. I'll tell you what, let's get the comment up here from Christian Jasper. It's a sim, but that hit was actually kind of sickening. That hit was what we almost had at the Speedway a week and a half or so ago when Will Powers spun on the pit exit road. That was the hit that was going to happen if not for the absolute insane reactions of Colton Herta. So caution number 2 will come to a conclusion here. Quick cautions here in the ESRA INDYCAR Series. Pace car already in. The longest pit road in the history of man. It's actually just the entire racetrack, if you can picture it that way. You enter at the exit of turn 2, run it all the way around until basically almost to the entrance of turn 1. You're basically mid-dog leg where you exit the pits. So back to green flag racing. Alec Coates going to jump out to an early lead on Matt Wagner. Wagner really threw it deep into turns 1 and 2 that time. He's going to lose a little bit on corner exit. Cullen, I'm going to disagree with you here. Cullen saying, as much as I'd love to see them race here again in real life, that hit makes sense as to why you wouldn't want to put these cars on this track. I disagree. The reality is the Indy cars worked at Phoenix for decades, and outside of, quite frankly, one hit, when King Hiro Matsushita wrecked into what is now turn 1, and Jacques Villeneuve just absolutely tore the car in half. You didn't really have many like really crazy hits like that. Give me the side-by-side here on one of the closer battles on the racetrack right now. Going to be TJ McMurray, Ty Richter, and Jesse Whittington fighting here. Here's one of the things. You'll be able to see these guys. They can use the entire width of the racetrack. Track limits tonight are the walls on each side of the racetrack. With things quieting down here just a little bit, we'll pick up TJ McMurray and Ty Richter. They battle side by side. Richter on the outside of the racetrack. McMurray on the inside. Oh, buddy, slide job, turn 4. I think it was McMurray at the line. Yeah, and Christian kind of makes the point here. They did the short ovals in kart. I think that was how they were going to run here, Phoenix, is they ran the speedway package, not the road course / short oval package. Kind of helped to keep things contained a little bit in terms of speed, because the drivers didn't have enough downforce to go completely flat around this place. It was almost like a hybrid, I think. Like the speedway front wings with the road course rear wing. A little bit deeper back in the pack here. We've got Brandon Ishkanyan. I'm going to screw his name up every darn time I say it tonight. James Watson, Jim Brooks is right there as well. Brooks taking the backup car out at lap number 13. And because of the cautions that we've had, we really don't have an answer on what strategy could look like here over the course of the race. Seeing Craig Forsyth in this fight as well. Forsyth being scored a lap down. Yes, that was, Cullen, that is something that I heard as well. Is the drivers that tested Indy cars here said the dogleg cut was completely unusable. Basically, there's just no ground clearance, I think, is the issue, and they were bottoming out hard. I don't know that you're going to set the race car up high enough to be able to use it. An IndyCar would probably just outlaw it and say keep it between the yellow line and the wall as well. The big reason for that, you'll see when we get, if we get to green flag pit stops here, as we work lap number 29. Exiting the pits while somebody is taking the dog leg is about guaranteed carnage. take a look back to the front of the field. Actually, we'll take you side by side here. Alec Coates leading the race over Matt Wagner by 0.4 of a second. On the right-hand side of the screen, you have Jim Brooks and James Watson battling. That is the fight for the 9th position. Drivers are looking to about lap 65 to make this a one-stop race. I don't know that they had 60 or so laps worth of fuel available to them. We kind of did our own spitball math on this. Because quite frankly, even the drivers were not overly sure of what the numbers were going to look like here, but we'll tell you the pit strategy. Anywhere from 2 to 4 stops is kind of what we were thinking. That would put the window between 26 and 34 laps. Although, if you're going to make it a one-stopper, obviously then you're talking about being out to, lap 65 or so. But if you're not going to get to halfway, probably going to want to split it up into that kind of two-stop race. 2 stops, 3 stints. Tire sets are unlimited. You're going to lose probably 2 laps if you have to stop under green, only because you spend so much time on pit road. Battle for the race lead, tightening up just a little bit. Let's slide up. Let's see. We'll pick up Ty Richter, who's going to be battling with TJ McMurray. This is the battle for the 4th position. We'll have that one on the left-hand side of your screen. Or on the right-hand side of your screen, I should say. Left-hand side are your race leaders. Another good battle here. Brandon Ishkanyan, Richard Fletcher going to war. We mentioned seeing Fletcher in the Sim Racers Club events. Nice seeing drivers be able to do double duty, different stuff. Driving a stock car here. Driving a stock car at, where were they? Homestead last night. Turning around doing an IndyCar at Phoenix tonight. Yes. Christian absolutely nailing the commentary on pit road here. Pit road here is like that one year at Motegi where it damn near flooded. Yes, pit road goes on absolutely forever at this racetrack. Slide back up front here, pick up the fight for the race lead. Still sitting at about a half second. We're not missing much. Looking at that fight. Go a little deeper in the pack here. Jeff Destino and Jason Hand battling for the 11th position on the left-hand side of your screen. On the right-hand side, we'll have James Watson and Jim Brooks. Those guys going to war for the 9th position. And seeing the comment about the pit exit's going to be interesting if we see green flag stops. It's going to be more than interesting. We'll say it that way. Pretty insane when you look at the numbers here. This is 0.4 of a second separating Alec Coates and Matt Wagner. They're nowhere close to each other in terms of a big on-track battle. Now the pit window is open, I believe. Yeah, pit window's open for a 2-stop race. The question is going to be, can anybody try to make this a 1-stop? It's going to take going another 20 laps from here. Take you back through the field. Alec Coates has been absolutely in control of this race here tonight. Oh, trouble on the racetrack, and it's Matt Wagner. As soon as, every time we go to do something, there's an issue on the racetrack. And Matt Wagner, big problems. Oh, that car is junk. Take a look. Oh, wow. That almost looked like a control issue or something here. Oh, and a big hit. TJ McMurray, I believe that was, absolutely plowing into Matt Wagner. That was weird. Let's take a look from the in-car. See if we can see what happened to Matt Wagner here. Oh, you could hear him. He got off the brakes. Got off the gas, I should say. Got on the brakes. That was weird. Almost like the controls went out on Matt Wagner's race car. So we're going to pick up race leader Alec Coates. Now 47 laps into this race, and he is going to lead the parade down pit lane. TJ McMurray going to stay out on the racetrack. Well, maybe not here. Now we're going to start to, well, we'll see, because now they're cutting so much distance off the racetrack coming down pit lane that. Several cars electing to stay out this time. Well, they made stops at lap number 47. TJ McMurray, Brandon Ishkanyan, James Watson, and Jim Brooks all staying out on the racetrack. Yeah, seeing the comments, it was either VR death or a wheel reset. Not sure what it was here, but it looks like, yeah, we don't even, let's see. Let's see if we can't sneak a quick word in here with Matt Wagner. Matt, tough break for you out there on the racetrack. What happened?
I had a little technical error on my side. My VR headset totally died.
Oh, that's brutal. That was some of the comments that we had coming in. Are you going to be able to get back in their car tonight, or are you thinking you're done for the evening?
Yeah, I can get back in.
Right.
I just got back in the car, so we used the one fast repair. We'll see how it is.
All right, buddy. Good luck the rest of the way here tonight.
Yeah, we'll try and establish some points here.
Pace car is in. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. We haven't done one in a while. Field makes their way off in through turns 3 and 4. The green flag goes back in the air. Y'all go ahead and crank it up. Oh, we got one in the wall. That's Jim Brooks. Jim Brooks made big contact with the outside wall. Car pushing hard up the racetrack. We'll see if he's going to be able to make it back around. Well, make it back around. Hell, he's going to stay in the gas. And he does not have the backup car available, using that one earlier in the race. Big time trouble there for Jim Brooks. And yeah, Cullen checking in saying the top 3 in points are either no-shows or wreck tonight. Craig Forsyth was involved in an incident earlier in the race. He is currently being scored 1 lap down in the 13th position. Matt Wagner, a handful of laps down at this point, being scored 14th. Eric Schaus and Benjamin Cones both appear to be a did not start here this evening. So we'll show you the championship point standings here once again. And things looking all right here for Connor Baldwin. He was a did not start this evening, but Schaus, Forsyth, and Wagner all having big time issues. Oh man, more trouble for Jim Brooks, and he is going to have to bring that car down pit lane. So reset the field here for you after we had 3 cars that did not make pits up. Well, they stopped the lap before. TJ McMurray, Brandon Ishkanyan, and James Watson now running as the top 3. Alec Coates, who had led every lap in the early part of this race, now running in the 4th position. Jesse Whittington runs 5th, Vic Aldrich 6th, Ty Richter 7th, Richard Fletcher in 8th, Jeff Nestino 9th, and Joseph Morales will complete your top 10. Take a look, give you a little side-by-side here. On the right-hand side of your screen, it's Joseph Morales, Jeff Nestino. And take a look, let's go on board here with, let's pick the 42. The M&M's live read at number 61 of Joseph Morales. Pick up the battle here, James Watson, Alec Coates, and Jesse Whittington. They're all going to be nose to tail-ish here. We'll pop your leader up on the right-hand side of the screen for you. That is TJ McMurray. Watson staying just a tick ahead of Alec Coates. Watson able to stop at lap 47, while Coates had to come in at lap 48. That's what put Coates behind this handful of race cars. But we can see passing is, well, I'll say difficult at best here. Man, Watson really bouncing that car down on the transition. That's why these guys aren't using it in the real world, by the way. Coates going to get a great run down the back straightaway. He'll make the move inside of Watson into 3. Come on board here with James Watson. Watson has Alec Coates right out the front of the racetrack, and he's going to have Jesse Whittington right up the rear wing as well. just past the halfway point in a caution-filled first half of this ESRA INDYCAR Series 130-miler from Phoenix Raceway. Man, neat to see on the gyro cam. You can really see how difficult the transition is for these guys. Looks like Jim Brooks may be done for the evening. That car is not running. He will be the last of the finishers here this evening. Eric Schaus and Benjamin Coates both getting a did not start. They will finish in 15th and 16th here this evening. This is the tightest battle on the racetrack. You'll see it at the ticker across the top of the screen. Intervals of more than a second separating TJ McMurray, Brandon Ishkanyan, and Alec Coates. James Watson, 1.5 seconds behind Coates for the third position as well. There really is nobody else close to each other at this point of the race. Coates able to open up a big gap on Watson here as well. A little bit surprised to see Watson kind of this far off the pace. This is the look, left side of the car, out the gearbox of James Watson, looking back at Jesse Whittington. The right-hand side is the gyro cam, looking out of Whittington and up towards James Watson. I'll tell you what, seeing the comment coming in here from Cullen Johnston, Coates is running down the 2 leaders since he cleared Watson. Yes, he is. The gap is now down to about a half second to Brandon Ishkanyan. TJ McMurray only 0.6 of a second ahead here. Here's the look out the gearbox of Brandon Ishkanyan looking back at Alec Coates. Gap seems to have settled off a little bit here, right about a half second. What's not settling down though is, well, we're gonna go to the forward look here. Brandon is definitely catching race leader TJ McMurray. And in fact, right as we kind of swap the camera angles here, Coates is making up a bunch of ground too. Working lap number 81. It's been almost 30 laps, in fact, almost 40 laps since these drivers were on pit road last. There's your top 3 be all running on the racetrack together. And it's going to be Mediocre Motorsports running 1-3. Jesse Whittington, I'm not sure if he's a mediocre guy or if he's one of the Team Watson Racing armada of race cars here, but whole group of them, there's about 6 of them in one group Discord chat together, and all 3 of your race leaders are in that room, so they'll be able to communicate, maybe not necessarily totally on strategy, but at least they'll be able to say, hey, I'm coming in, you know, make your call early for when you're going to pit. Because this pit road is tough to get on. You basically almost have to get the car woed up. Starting about here, because it is so tough to enter pit lane at speed off of turn number 4. There's just no way you're going to get it slowed down to the pit road speed limit. So working lap number 87, we'll run you through the field here. Last time we tried to do this, we got the yellow. Race leader TJ McMurray having a fantastic run tonight, up 7 spots. A little bit of benefit there from the pit, not necessarily pit strategy, but being able to pit at lap 47 versus lap 48. But using the clean air to his advantage. Brandon Ishkanyan running in the 2nd position. He's your hard charger of the night, up 8 spots from where he started. Currently running 3rd, Alec Coates. Started on the pole, very quick in practice. He's trying to pick up both the fastest lap bonus point. Well, we're going to have to bail off of this one because we've got cars on pit road. James Watson, Vic Aldrich, Alec Coates now going to make his way in out of the 3rd position. Possibly a little bit of an undercut strategy here, but we're going to be down to 40 laps to go. The cards are being dealt here as we get deeper into this race. Alec Coates, Jesse Whittington, Joseph Morales, Vic Aldrich, and James Watson all on the pit lane. Watson down and away completes his service before Alec Coates even gets to his box. That's how long the pit lane is here. James Watson back out on the racetrack, timing and scoring, saying he's completed 89.5 laps, 91.5 for TJ McMurray. So it is full 2 laps that these drivers are going to lose here in the exchange of pit stops. McMurray and Ishkanyan both on pit lane as we speak. The last car that has not yet stopped is going to be Richard Fletcher and Craig Forsyth as Ty Richter makes his way into the pits. Alec Coates exiting ahead of Jesse Whittington and James Watson. I'll tell you what, if there's a yellow, Richard Fletcher is absolutely in the catbird seat here, sitting a full lap ahead of even 2nd place Craig Forsyth, who hasn't stopped yet. Richard Fletcher is praying for a yellow right now. Good looking race car there for Fletcher as well. Looking at the numbers here, the stints were about 45 laps. So everybody should be good to go as Fletcher and Forsyth will both make their way down pit lane. That will turn the lead of the race over to Mr. Alan Coates. And he is going to have a 1.6 second gap over TJ McMurray. Fletcher still hasn't gotten to his pit box yet. Finally hitting the marks as Alec Coates come past. Colin checking in. Coates didn't choke on pit road for once. Even beat Ish and TJ off the pit road. Don't make me laugh, it hurts. Hurts so good. That was Dale Earnhardt's thing, right? So lap number 100 will go up on the board, this time by the flag stand. It will be 31 laps to go here at Phoenix. Only battle on the racetrack right now is going to be Ty Richter. Quite frankly, all over the rear end of James Watson. I had to comment a little bit earlier that Watson just seems to be off the pace. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is there. James definitely not overly thrilled with the handling of that race car here tonight. Richter up on the outside of the racetrack, Watson down to the inside. These are now the only gaps, by the way, within 1 second of each other. 2.4 from Alec Coates to TJ McMurray. 2.95, 3 seconds between McMurray and Ish Canyon. And 2.5 seconds here back to Ty Richter, who has cleared James Watson, quite frankly, easily. So after the cycle of pit stops, we should be good to go. And the gap opening up in a pretty big way here as well between Richter and Watson. Race leader off at turn number 4 will be 25 laps to go here at the start-finish line. Alec Coates with a 3.5 second lead over TJ McMurray, but we still have 9 cars on the lead lap. So if we get a late race yellow, this really could be anybody's game, especially if somebody decides to come down, try taking tires. I mean, the clean air has just been so important. Completing, looking back, I should say, to the point standings story tonight here. Connor Baldwin entered the race, I should say, sitting on 105 points. Eric Schaus, he did not start. He's going to finish next to last tonight. Craig Forsyth, big time issues. Forsyth currently running 1 lap down in the 10th position. Matt Wagner, big time problems with when his VR headset disconnected. Wagner running in the 13th position. And Ty Richter, who was 5th in the point standings entering tonight, having the best run of anybody. He's currently running in the 4th position. And I'll tell you what, Craig Forsyth is quick after taking the repairs. He's going to fight to get himself back on the lead lap. Oh man, looked like Forsyth absolutely hanging the rear end of that race car out through 3 and 4. Coates wisely going to let him go. Forsyth does not present a problem at the moment right now for race leader Alan Coates. While we have a moment, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the ESRA INDYCAR Series. This does not include the Challenge Series races, by the way. There's a couple of those intermixed here over the next handful of weeks. But next race, we're going to go back on the road course, this time to the Charlotte Roval. That one will be fun. The Charlotte Roval is an adventure in every car, but especially these IR18 IndyCars. May 19th, the world's greatest race course, turning laps on the oval at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Something tells me we're going to have a pretty full grid that night. A lot of guys trying to get tuned up for both the Indy 500 fixed and the open races that will be running. We should have that information here pretty shortly. But we may have a pretty big announcement about those as well. We're working on something that would be absolutely insane from a broadcast perspective. Hopefully we're able to pull it off for you. June 2nd, series going to head off to Kentucky, followed by the artist formerly known as Gateway on June 16th. Round out the month of June at Sebring. Preseason testing playground for these cars. Never in a million years would they run it in the real world. It is so damn bumpy. Tell you what, let's pick up on the side-by-side here. Ty Richter starting to close in on Brandon-ish Canyon. This gap down to about 0.4 of a second. In fact, we'll swap that one over here. Get this battle up on the big side, the big box, because quite frankly, it's the only cars that are within like seconds of each other. Matt Wagner, well, doing Matt Wagner things, setting a fastest lap of the race. 19.579 seconds. Time of record for Matt Wagner there. As a reminder, coming up next here on the National Racing Network at 10:15 in the East, it will be the Indy Pro 2000 Championship from another artist formerly known as. We're going to Indianapolis Raceway Park, Brownsburg, Indiana. The PM18s and IRP are epic. Races have been really good this week. And we will have the biggest strength of field race of the week coming up here next, right here on the National Racing Network. Richter losing a little bit of ground at Two-ish Canyon as they work their way through lap traffic. Not much going on here, so we'll pick up your race leader, Alec Coates. He has been utterly dominant here tonight, able to make up a ton of ground after getting caught out under the caution flag. Restarted the race in the 5th position after what possibly could be the final caution flag of the night. Board here with race leader Alec Coates. He's earned this one. 2.5, little less than even laps to go now here from Phoenix. This race has been, I tell you what, it's really been pretty good. Even with some of the contact issues we had, it's been a drama-filled night of racing here from Phoenix Raceway. And at this point now, the last thing Alec Coates wants to see is a caution flag. 3 to go. The car has been absolutely spectacular here all night long. Good runs for TJ McMurray and Brandon Ishkanyan as well. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go here for Alec Coates. He's got only a mile to go to make it back. Claim his first win of the season. Down the backstretch for the final time through 3 and 4. Twin checkers are in the air. Alec Coates gets the win at Phoenix. TJ McMurray going to come home second. Brandon Ishkanyan will round out the podium here tonight in the 3rd position. Coates is going to absolutely burn them down here on the front straightaway. Teammates popping in for the victory lane photos. Let's show you our race results here. Coates, your winner by 2.1 seconds over TJ McMurray. Brandon Ishkanyan, Ty Richter, James Watson will complete your top 5. Joseph Morales, Craig Forsyth, Richard Fletcher, Jesse Whittington, and Jason Hand complete the top 10. Fletcher, the first car, finishing 1 lap down. Back through the remainder of the field, Vic Aldridge coming home tonight in 11th, Jeff Destino 12th, Matt Wagner 13th, and Jim Brooks in the 14th position. Benjamin Combs and Eric Schaus did not start here this evening. James Watson joining the party here. A fantastic looking mediocre motorsports ride of Alec Coates will make his way down to NRN victory lane. We'll start to get everybody queued up here for our victory lane interviews. And we will start things off here with 3rd place runner tonight, Mr. Brandon Ishkanyan. Let's bring Brandon up into the booth with us here. And man, I'll tell you what, Brandon, the car was pretty good tonight. I don't know that anybody was going to be catching Alec on raw pace, but tell us about the night from your perspective.
Man, I was Coates was he was gone. He was we were looking in the rearview when we came off that pit road. That last caution. I told TJ, I was like, we got to go. Coates is catching us, and they caught us and left us. So, but the car was it was tricky for me. I was struggling in practice. Didn't really like the way it pushed, but I dealt with it. Learned how to maneuver and play around with the weight jacker and stuff like that. Very, very, very new to these cars in terms of the league and stuff. So, yeah, but it was nice.
Yeah, it seems like this is one of those places that especially with it being a fixed setup league, you really have to be good at working the tools inside the cockpit, whether it's the ARBs, weight jack, or even brake bias potentially a little bit. How difficult is that to manage and keep up with over the course of a long run like we saw to end the race there?
If I'll say that if you don't have them mapped, you're in trouble. Therefore, I was in trouble for a while. I think I had the weight jacker mapped. ARB's not, but I did under caution and stuff. I just adjusted it, and it was like, all right, I'm just gonna set it and forget it, and that's gonna be it. And luckily, I found a groove, and it worked out.
Well, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. And before we let you go, make sure you get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, man, I gotta first thank Coates and Cullen for putting this on. I mean, I've been running with them for 2 years now, so it's been kind of fun. Also gotta thank TJ for the scheme, man. He came in clutch, and I love this, man. The zero FG energy drink card. It was pretty nice, and I appreciate you for broadcasting as well.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much. We appreciate the time from you. And let's take a look here, and we'll bring up our runner-up finisher tonight, Mr. TJ McMurray. And man, I'll tell you what, TJ, we're getting the car queued up here on the replay because it looked absolutely spectacular. Tell us how the night went for you. Brandon was just telling us that you were in kind of gotta-go mode a little bit here after that last round of pit stops.
Yeah, Coates played the undercut perfect. Pitted a lap before me and Ish. I honestly don't know what I'm doing up here because I haven't ran this track with this car before practice. So, but yeah, that's awesome. Three mediocre drivers up here, top three.
Yeah, it's a big night for you guys in the team point standings, and quite frankly, it's a big night for you in the points as well. It seemed like everybody ahead of you was either not here or not having a good night. Tell us what that means kind of as we look ahead to, I think next week's a challenge race, so you get a week off, at least from the points battles here. But seems like things could be, you're in a position for a top 5, definitely a top 10 in points.
Yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot over the past couple seasons with ESRA and Area 51 with these cars, and it's just like it's coming. And me and Coates keep saying the win is coming, the win is coming. And Coates got it tonight. I got runner up, first podium here, so hopefully I can build on this momentum moving forward.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations once again. Very, very nice second place finish for you. And before we let you out of here, get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
First, thank you for broadcasting, as usual. ESRA and Colin and Coates putting on a great league, so I appreciate you. And I got to get you to say bye.
Bye?
There you go. Okay, I win.
All right, we'll take it. Somebody's winning money off my back, but we'll take it. Let's bring in our race winner, Alec Coates. Man, I'll tell you what, brother, you were in another planet tonight. The mediocre motorsports guys as a whole were all really good. But you just seemed like you were off on, I mean, literally another planet. Congratulations. That was a big win tonight.
It feels good. It's my first ever IndyCar league win, and I've been close a lot of times in my own doing, mess ups and other things I can't control. But I'm actually just as excited for TJ and Brandon. I mean, as much as I obviously want to win as a competitor, either of them would have won in front of me. I would have been just as happy with that top 3. So big shout out to them. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Cullen Johnston checking in earlier in the broadcast saying you didn't choke on pit road for once, even beating Ish and TJ off pit lane. I don't want to bust your stones about having it being, a choker on pit road or something. But if Cullen's going to do it, I'll gladly take the opportunity to read his comment. This place is not easy, though, getting on and off of pit road. How difficult was that, making that transition, and then going, oh, my God, don't kill me when you're coming off pit lane?
Yeah, no, it's not challenging. Having the first pit space was pretty big because it was just a straight shot pull off. versus worrying about being turned coming off pit road and then spinning the tires or something. Coming on is a whole nother story. That's a mess too. As soon as I knew the window was kind of opening, I tried to go in a lap or two before TJ and Brandon because I thought it might work, and it worked exactly like I thought it would. So for once, it finally played off for me. But no, it's definitely a challenge here. It's a tricky place all around.
Yeah, that was it. TJ mentioning that you made the undercut work really well. How does that you talked about in the pre-race how you don't really do the whole strategy thing in your head. What is that calculation like then? Because some guys it's really easy. You just go, okay, window's open, I'm at my mark, I'm pitting now. They don't, it's mechanical almost. If you're doing it kind of seat of your pants, that's got to be an interesting feeling trying to figure out when you're going to come. You got to make that call a couple of laps ahead of time almost.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had my number, and honestly, it's tough. It was tough to pass here. I was really upset when iRacing kind of gave me the shuffle back to fifth on that one. It let half the field pit, and the other half didn't. So it sent me back to fifth. I guess I just put my blinders on and got a couple guys, and then I was right behind them. And then I was like, I've got to try to make the call one lap before they do to hope it works out that way because they were both lightning quick too. I don't know that I would have been able to get around them. Definitely not both of them, I don't think. So I had to make the call, and then we obviously have to call out our pits. So I didn't know if they would counter me or not. But like you said, it's pretty tricky here. So for them to make that decision half a lap before, you kind of got to prepare yourself a couple laps to be like, all right, let's nail this, not mess this up. So I think they kind of probably got caught off guard and just won an extra lap.
Well, it was a great win tonight, and with everybody ahead of you, almost everybody anyway, having trouble at some point in the race, or at least not the finish that they wanted, this is an absolutely huge night for you in points. Is this a big momentum shift here as we approach the off week in the Challenge Series next week?
Yeah, I think it's huge. With the point system in IndyCar, a win is gigantic. Leading the most laps, I think I might get something there. So yeah, it's huge. I was kind of getting down on myself. I mean, I had a really, really bad start to this season. So this is gonna definitely pick a little momentum up here and keep it rolling, and maybe have me in the fight for a good finish at the end of the year.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations once again on the win here, and let's make sure you get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous in before we let you go.
Yeah, a big shout out to TJ and Thad and Mac Designs, always making me look great out here. Our 4 mediocre cars, Cullen wasn't here tonight, but they're always looking super sharp as a team. And then big thanks to Wagner and Area 51, everybody over there. This is a big community type thing here in IndyCar on iRacing. We all kind of work together, and Wags wanted these races a little longer. Tonight I was wishing we didn't make it too longer at kind of those last 40 laps. I was just thinking what could possibly go wrong here, but he wanted them a little longer, so he threw some money our way so that the broadcast extra wouldn't hurt us too much. So big shout out to those guys at Area 51. They run a killer league over there as well.
All right, bud. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations once again on the win here. And man, this was a fun one here tonight. That is for sure. We'll get the graphics cleared up out of the way and go back to the live look from the beautiful surroundings of Phoenix Raceway. This place always puts on a good show, and it did once again here tonight for the stars and cars of the ESRA INDYCAR Series. And with that, it is about time for us to hit the house because we've got another race coming up here very, very shortly. It will be the Indy Pro 2000 Championship coming up here at 10:15 in the East. So we're going to get on out of here. We've got to make sure we can get that show on the air. James Watson may be in-car reporting, driving at the same time duties tonight. I hope he is. That sounds like it could be an absolute mess. But with that, we are getting out of here. For everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. We will talk to you all soon. Have a great night, everybody.